guys, welcome back. It has been a minute. You want to be in this? Okay. Today I am going to give you an Aiyla update and also a mini story time. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So first things first, Aiyla is almost 4 months old and she will be eating soon, solid foods, and I'm excited. Well, pureed foods, if you will. I'm super excited about that because like I can tell now that she is staring at me when I'm like eating, and she like is doing like those motions where she's like, oh, my mommy is chewing, I want to chew too. Sometimes I'll put my spoon in her mouth if I'm like eating something that I know that she could handle, and I can tell that she's like super eager to really try to eat something. She's tired of breast milk, everyone. I would be too if all I was consuming was breast milk. Like, I feel her on that. So I'm super excited. She's getting so big on me, and I'm just so amazed with how every day she looks different. And like every time I take a picture of her, she looks like either Meech or she looks like myself. And I noticed that when she smiles, she looks like me, and when she's like just staring at you, she looks so like Meech. And so I don't know, it's just the best feeling ever to watch your baby grow, and I'm enjoying every little moment of it because I know that she's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and soon she's going to be just yapping. So I'm enjoying this stage right now. Right now she's taking like 6 ounces of milk per feeding. Sometimes it just varies. Like sometimes she's just not in the mood to eat, and sometimes she's just very hungry. So that's why I can tell like she is ready for solids, because if I paired solids with the amount of milk that she is drinking, then I can tell like she'll be able to sleep longer. So I'm excited for that at the end of this month. Also too, like she loves watching like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Mickey Mouse Roadster Racers. Like she likes bright colors, and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse has those vibrant colors that she's into. So she just like stares intently at the screen and she's like locked into it. She also watches learning shows, like the ones that like sing nursery rhymes, but also they sing the alphabet and they sing numbers and colors, and I think that it's very important to introduce that to your child now. Also still likes her slow jams. Like she's still into listening to, you know, all of my little slow jam music to wind down at night. She is big into chewing on her hand and sucking on her fingers, because I think she is starting her stage of teething because she's like slobbering a lot. And I have tried those amber beads and they seem to have been working. I'm not consistent with her wearing them every day, but for the most part I think they are. I'm not quite sure. All I know is that she wants to put her whole hand in her mouth, and she's like teething. And she's like slobbering a lot. And she sometimes can get really fussy because I can tell like it's really bothering her. So that part really sucks, and it's gonna be like this until that first tooth finally cuts through, which is probably after 6-7 months. So we have some time, and I was telling Meech, like, man, this is the worst part, just seeing your child in pain, and there's like nothing that we can do about it. And I also am against using baby Orajel. Like, I know that a lot of people swear by it and use it with their children, but I just have heard about side effects in the long run with your child and how it has affected them. And so I have opted not to use baby Orajel, but to each his own. She also likes to catnap. So like she only takes like maybe 15 to 30 minute naps throughout the day. Sometimes we'll get an hour, 2 hours out of her, but it depends on how busy she was the previous day. If she was super busy the previous day, like we had company over or like she was just up all day, she had no naps at all. Most likely the next day she's gonna give us a long stretch of nap during the day, but for the most part at night she goes to sleep around 9:30, 10:30, around that area, and then she sleeps for a good 3 to 4 hours. But it depends. Right now, like, she is a young infant, so it just varies. She's just getting so big on me, and it makes me so happy, but it makes me so sad too, because I'm just trying to soak in every moment that I can, and I am so excited to continuously watch her grow. She laughs more now, and like she's like doing legit laughs. Like it's just like like it's like she's laughing, and I can tell that she's ticklish. And I love playing with her, and she's so much stronger with her tummy times. I can tell she's gonna start crawling really soon. Like I really think she's gonna be crawling around 6 months, because she's just a very busy baby. I don't know if you guys could tell by like videos when she's like sitting on my laps, but like she's very busy, and she just, you can tell like she just wants to walk, and she's just strong, and you know, it's just that good titty milk. She's also starting to grab, like her grabbing reflex is much stronger now. And so if you got a chain on, if you have your hair down, like this is why I only have my hair down for my videos. I never wear my hair down like ever when I'm at home. Like if you got, like Meech got his chain on all the time, and like my sister was wearing like big hoop earrings, and like she was yanking on them. Like she'll yank down at my shirt. She's just grabbing and gripping everything, and it's just only gonna get worse. Because I remember when I used to take care of my little sisters, I mean, once they start learning that grasp reflex, it's like it's done. Like they're gonna yank your stuff off. So she's learning that now, and she's so strong, and like trying to pry their little fingers off of your hair or off of your necklace or something like that it is a chore. So it's so funny, but it's the best part about being a parent is just watching your child learn how to be a human, like, and doing normal human things. Like, oh my god, look, she laughed. Oh my god, look, she yawned. It's like, but like when everyone else does it, you're just like, it's really funny. But when it's your child, of course, you're ecstatic, because those little moments just, they're so impactful, and they just mean that your child is growing strong and healthy, and they are reacting to things properly, and their mental growth is increasing. So that's those small achievements make so much sense, and it makes so much sense to celebrate them as a parent. So just a short little story. I actually did not know, or I strongly believe that I was never going to have children, because there is like this generational curse in my family. Well, not a generational curse, it's more like fertility issues in my family. So I just thought that it was hereditary, and it's on my mother's side. So my grandmother had fertility issues, and she had suffered many miscarriages. Like, my grandmother was it was very hard for her to even have my mother. They call my mom the miracle child, because my grandmother just kept striking out having children, and eventually she did end up pregnant with my mom, and that is her one and only child. So that's why I have very little family members, because my mom has like no brothers and sisters, and it's just my dad's side who has the siblings. But as far as like the Asian part of me, the Filipino part of me, like I only know my grandma, and my mom is Filipino, but like for the most part, like I just grew up African American. Like I don't have my Asian side, was only my grandma, and my mom's like a thug, so like it never felt like I grew up around enough Asians, if that makes sense. I don't even know how to explain that part, but it is what it is. So my grandma was like lacking in fertility, and my mom was like is very fertile, and she had 5 kids in total. My mom could pop them out like rabbits. She was like, oh my God, Jasmine, I have a feeling, a mother's intuition, that you won't be able to have kids. She's like, you might want to get that checked. And I was like, and when she had told me that, I kind of always felt that way too when I was a teenager. But my mom had told me that when I was like 25, and ever since then it was heavy on my conscience, and I felt like, oh my God, maybe I can't have kids, because I stopped taking birth control like 2 or 3 years after I met Meech, and we never had a pregnancy scare ever for the whole 7 years that I was with him. And we never thought anything of it until I wanted to try to have a child. I wanted to try to get pregnant, and we tried for a year. I want to say it was like 11 months. So basically a year, and we kept striking out, and we had no luck at all. So I was like, oh wow, maybe I should go to a fertility clinic and get checked. Maybe my mom is right. Maybe there's something wrong with my tubes or something. Who knows? So it was nothing. It was just normal. I was not infertile. It was just that it takes time, especially like a watch pot does not get boiled. So like when you really want something, it is so crazy how you just cannot seem to achieve it. Like you have to go through hell and high waters to get it, and that's what it seemed like what had happened, but it wasn't that bad. Meech and I had got married, and shortly after we got pregnant. It was like God was like, no, I just want y'all to get married first, and then y'all can have y'all's baby. I had found out that I was pregnant. Well, I kind of had a feeling. I kind of knew that my periods were a little off prior to becoming pregnant. And then also too, like Meech and I had went on a trip, and during that trip I wasn't feeling very well, and I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm starting my period soon. And then once we got back from our trip, I told Meech, like, let's go get a pregnancy test, like let's go see, you know. But in my mind, every test came out negative, so I just thought that this was another negative test, and my hopes were up again. Because I mean, I used to be really sad because when I was trying, really trying, it was just nothing. It came out to be what I never wanted it to be. Of course, it discouraged me, and so when I had taken the pregnancy test and it came out positive, when I tell you, I was looking at it like, is this true? Is this true? Like, I kept saying it over and over and over again. It's like a dream, very surreal. So God works in mysterious ways, because it was perfect timing, and I was so happy, and I couldn't believe it. And out of all these years, like I said, I secretly thought, even when I was a teenager, that I was never going to be able to have a child. And here I am pregnant. My whole pregnancy was just surreal for me, because it was just, I just didn't think that I could. I just didn't think. Even my mom said it, like my sister said it, like, it's crazy. But I'm so happy that it happened, and I'm so blessed to have Aiyla. And who knows what the future holds. I don't know if Meech and I will ever have another child. We like to say that we're not, because we want to spoil Aiyla so much and give her our undivided attention, and we're okay with just having one child. We are not biased. I know a lot of people are like, but I want a lot of kids. That's you want a lot of kids. We want one. I'm enjoying our little family. It's just the 3 of us, and life is good. I hope you guys enjoyed my Aiyla update and my short little story time, and stay blessed and take care.